I'm Kirsty Withers. I'm the event director at the Adelaide Equestrian Festival.
And I'm Belinda Lind, and I'm a member of the board of the Adelaide Equestrian Festival.
So Belinda, the Linds are symbolic with the festival. There's not been an event that hasn't had someone in your family involved. When did you get involved?
I got involved in 2008 when I went on maternity leave and thought it was a fun thing to do, and here I am still.
And after that, so you were assisting Jill, and then what was the transition after we lost Jill in 2017?
Yes, I worked very closely with Jill from 2008 right up until she was quite sick, and then she was handed over the reins to me in 2017, and then I took on the role in 2018 after her passing. So she's always been, it was a great mentor to me, and I continue to think about what she would have wanted for the event and how proud she would be to see where it is today. So Kirsty, I always wanted to ride at Adelaide, but I never got to do it. It's one of the reasons why I got involved. But you've had a long affiliation. You've been involved in a couple of different roles. Tell me about it.
I have, yes. So, well, the interesting story was the first year in '97, the night before cross country was actually my Year 12 muck-up night. And I actually remember, it was a wild, wild weather. And I just remember thinking, I want this assembly to finish so I can get out to cross country. So that was my first sort of introduction to the event. The following year, I was grooming for Scott Keach, and I did that again in 1999. So that was a really interesting time because it's obviously before that Sydney Olympics. So it was amazing how many people wanted to start eventing.
And then you went on to ride. So tell me how you got there.
Yeah, so after 99, I actually went overseas. Worked a little bit in the UK, got to go to Burleigh, got to go to badminton as a spectator. And I don't know why, but that's when I really thought, I really want to ride at Adelaide. I want to come home and I want to ride at Adelaide. And Mum had this funny little buckskin Connemara Park bred in the paddock, and she sort of said to me when I came home from 2 years overseas, you can have that pony, you can make something of it, sell it and buy yourself a horse that will do Adelaide. And so I ended up doing Adelaide on the funny little buckskin pony I get teary, yeah, sorry. I'll get it out.
But that's why this event has so much emotion for both of us, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think for many people, it's a real, on the bucket list, it's a real pinnacle. We see our heroes going around, and it's so moving watching those horses jump those massive fences in the parklands. And yeah, I think people that have been and ridden at Adelaide, they understand what an emotional experience it actually is.
Absolutely. And I think going back to Jill as well, she was really quite instrumental in getting me to Adelaide. A lot of my peers were sort of saying, what are you going to do with this little pony? You're going to sell her. And Jill took me aside at an event at Ranella Horse Trials one year, and she said, don't you listen to them. This is your horse. This is the horse that will help you achieve what you want to. And she was absolutely right. So I'm really grateful for that little chat with Jill. She was quite stern about it in her way.
Before we get too emotional, Kirsty, let's talk about 2026. There's a great year you've got planned ahead for us. So do you want to talk about what's going to be new?
Yeah, I think the first thing people sort of will associate with it is we get to host the Oceania Championships. And this is the first year that Adelaide will actually host both the young rider and the senior. So we are really excited about having the New Zealand contingent come to Adelaide, and we've got a team that's really making sure that they're going to have a wonderful time when they come to South Australia.
So each year you try to reimagine things and make things better for spectators. What have you got in store for us this year?
Yeah, well, still secret squirrels a little bit. So we've actually got a headline entertainer this year that we know has got a huge following both in remote and regional Australia. So I'm going to keep that one to myself for a few more days, but we know that's going to be something that's going to really appeal to our audience, but also families. So particularly that Thursday that still is that general admission is free, to be able to see this artist free is going to be a really big coup for us.
And in terms of where spectators can watch all the action, what's happening there?
Yeah, well, I think one of the biggest things that we moved on from in 2025, one of the key learnings was just how spectators expect to experience the competition. And we made a lot of discussion, obviously at board level, as well as directly with our ticket buyers. And the Giddy Up Club, after 15 years of amazing service, is being retired. but we're really excited that one of our long-time supporters, K1 Wines, is coming on board with a naming rights partnership of a new venue, which is called the K1 Wine Cellar Door. And so that takes over that position traditionally where the Giddy Up Club was for the main arena action. So that's something that we really look forward to sharing with spectators and ensuring that they understand how that venue works.
So you'll be able to taste some of the best South Australian wines while watching all the action.
Absolutely. I think visiting Cellar Door is something that is quintessentially South Australian with a number of wine regions that we have here. So to bring that into our event and consider, so how do people enjoy that Cellar Door experience, and then pairing that with world-class equestrian action. So it's the best of the best.
The 2026 event is going to be back in the school holidays. Thursday's our free family day. Tell us what will happen in the VIP area.
Yeah, so first time ever, our VIP space will be open and we get to introduce a new brand for the space. It will now be referred to as the Adelaide Suite. And what we've done is we are going to introduce a high tea and tickets will be available for adults, concession and also children. So that's something where we really want to encourage people that have also always wondered what that side of the arena looks like to come on in, enjoy the space. The catering will be beautiful. We're going to throw in some other elements that are linked to fashion as well. And it's going to be a really great day. The space in itself is going through a bit of a change. So even those that have always and are very familiar with it are going to see quite a difference.
That sounds like an amazing place to watch the three-star dressage.
Absolutely, it really will be, and we just can't wait to utilise that beautiful space for just one more day. We think that's really important for our spectators to be able to have quite a bespoke way of experiencing the festival. It means that you can be one day in the VIP lounge, you might like to reserve a table in the K1 Wine Cellar Door, head up to an elevated position in the grandstand, or just walk around with general admission access. So we really are trying to make sure that people can tailor the festival direct for them specifically.
So the big day is RB Sellars Cross Country Day. It's everyone's favourite day. Tell us about where you can sit, where you can see all the action, the best spots of viewing.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot. I mean, everyone always loves, obviously, Rymel Lake. The Bates Water Jump's hugely popular. One of the changes we've got is that kiosk deck where we've had our sponsors and partners on for the last 2 years actually moves out of that space. And so general admission will have the opportunity to access there, as well as a change for our premium access 3-day pass. In the first release of tickets, our premium access 3-day pass actually gets access to the Rymel Lake Island. It is the best viewing spot on the whole course if you want to be at the water. So that's something we're really excited about. So first release of access to the island is via those premium access 3-day passes. But I think the course designers do a really clever job of making these sort of spectator hubs. And then we, as event organisers, ensure that there are facilities around there to make sure that you're comfortable and that you can access food and beverage and other facilities. So whether you're going to stay back behind the stable space in Victoria Park, where there is quite a large range of fences across all classes in that area, or make your way to King Rodney. I think the Hollows is always really popular, and we've now put in fodder, a food and beverage precinct there, to whether you go to the Rose Garden up in Rymel Park or to Rymel Lake. There are so many areas, and I think we really want to encourage people walk the whole course. You know, it's great to be at Rymel Lake and see that water action, but there are so many questions across all three parklands. And so some of the ticketing that we're trying to do, which will be more, we'll get to sort of share more in our second release of tickets early next year, is ensuring that people, even if they're in GA, they can reserve positions and move away and come back to it. So that's something that we're really trying to play around with and get right. And we know that that's going to really enhance our spectators' experience on Saturday.
The Adelaide Equestrian Festival is renowned for the competitions in eventing in the 3-star, the 4-star and the 5-star, the 5-star being the pinnacle and always the hero of the event. This year we will be having the Oceania Championships will be contested in the 4-star for the senior team and in the 3-star long for the young rider team. So how's this going to look for us? Like, what can everyone see?
Yeah, well, I think, you know, One of the interesting things with the 4-star short is that, obviously we'll have the senior Australian and senior New Zealand teams competing in that. We've introduced and announced that Olympian and World Championship medalist Clayton Fredericks will actually be the course designer for that, which I think is super excited, and it's a position that he's elevated to after serving as the assistant 5-star course designer for the last 2 years. And so, it'll be very interesting, I think, to see which riders get that call up for the Aussie team versus who wants to put that 5-star and that personal achievement on the scoreboard. So I think that's going to be something that's going to be very interesting. Whereas with the 3-star, it's the first time that young rider division is actually under 25. So I think from our perspective, are we seeing future Olympians, given we've got a home Olympic Games 7 years away?
There's so much more than the competition at the Adelaide Equestrian Festival. What is it that people can see when they come to the event in 2026?
One of the exciting things is obviously people love to shop when they come to our event, and we're looking at a totally new layout for our trade village, and we know that there's quite a high level of investment in those traders from our spectators, so that's something that we're really excited about changing up for everyone. Aligned with that is obviously the Education Hub, a marquee where we're going to be partnering with Brett Parbury from Performance Riders in ensuring that we're putting on seminars on the hour, every hour, through Thursday, Friday and half of Sunday to help our spectators leave the festival with more knowledge and more understanding on what they can be doing, not just from a ridden perspective, but also from caring for their horses. And so that's something that we're looking at doing. It'll be a free opportunity. So that's something that's really, really exciting. It's something we're investing heavily in, and we just can't wait to release that particular program.
The 2026 Adelaide Equestrian Festival is looking like it's going to be massive.
Yeah.
When can people buy tickets?
Yeah, so tickets are our first release will be in a fortnight about, 18th of November, and then we'll do a second release early next year. And I've got two things is our premium access 3-day pass sold out really quickly last year. So that's the one you want to get on before Christmas for sure. Other than that, just a little heads up, we have lowered the price of our multi-day grandstand ticket. So again, that is going to go gangbusters, so get on it quickly.